Hello, myself Sunil R Nair. Here basically we are talking about one topic that is currencies, and in this basically we are talking about one topic that is ideas. So like this basically the Reliance, Tata and ONGC group basically they can't run from the country basically, right? So we can trust that group basically, and like this basically the government says that basically we will give the data to this group basically, and they are not going to misuse the data. Like this they basically says that. Like this basically we will create each and every data whatever things basically we want. Like this basically. Because small industry basically how can they can handle? Just tell basically. They can handle the stocks. That this stock basically will get finished, but they can't handle the individual stock basically. That's very difficult basically. That's very difficult basically. Not easy basically. Impossible basically. But if anybody malls basically are handling things, then basically that's very great stuff basically. But that mostly it is not possible basically because you can't give the control to single mall industry basically like that. They can pass the data that basically they mostly basically might be passing the data of the customer basically, and that customer data basically might be using by the energy group basically, because each and every mall basically groups are connected with set of power company and energy company. According to that only basically that the data are sent basically. So nuclear power company and energy company basically can't. For example, one person told that I have purchased this all. So like this basically they will send the data, but that is not possible basically. That is impossible basically. So the thing basically is energy and nuclear power company. They will send the data in this format basically. For example, I will take one example. For example, one person told that one doctor actually told that actually you have got HIV/AIDS, and actually he basically given the information to his family basically, but he has not given the information to him that person basically. So they told that basically you have some disease, you take this medicine daily. So when he was taking the medicine basically, that time basically the hidden group, that is the nuclear power company, energy company and power company, they were giving the medicine of HIV/AIDS to him basically. So this is also one of the idea basically. Like this basically you can give the data of this 12 lakh, 20 lakh people which group basically are generating the train data, that is the train energy data, and which is basically generating 120, which has generated 120 sorry 111 110 to 120 planets, which is already generated in universe. From there basically the data is getting passed to the train track of the Mumbai city, and the train are basically getting controlled with the control, so that basically the data is not moving to left side and then not moving to the right side. Data means train basically, and with the public basically 3 to 4,000 basically public are there here basically in one train. So it's not so easy task here basically. It's not easy task basically. You have to control the stuff basically. The power supply is also basically getting like this basically, the track you have to control, and within two track only basically you have to do the balancing. So energy group basically are, that is the satellite group basically are doing the stuff work basically. Very dangerous work basically. So like this also basically things basically are there. So like this one of the person told that yeah, this stuff basically is very dangerous, nahi? Yeah, it's very dangerous. Yeah, it's not easy basically. It's very dangerous basically. It's not easy, but it's very dangerous because 120 planets basically are generated. Then basically if the speed will increase, then you have to then the doctors group basically will say that basically this speed need to increase, so data also need to increase. So 20 lakh people basically will be less basically for this generation. So they told that basically do one thing basically, create few more data basically. Like this doctors group have to create more data, and they have to control the energy also in the environment. Each and every stuff basically they have to do here basically. How basically they are going to do that? One person they are doing it now basically. They are literally doing it basically. That's why basically doctors are doctors now basically. That's why basically the 95% people only basically can become doctor. That is the rule of the government. Doctors only basically who can, those group only can become who basically have 95 percentage and above than 90 percentage. They only can become doctor. Like this also basically things are there. So doctors plays very dangerous role basically, and everything basically they are doing. Best example I had taken of the 20 people basically got the job and 5,200 people had not got the job. The reason was they basically in 5,200 basically 200 people basically was from IT industry. They basically, the doctors basically submitted the resume of that particular 200 people, and then basically the software industry has not accepted their resume and told that basically their data basically doesn't suits to our requirement basically. Currently we are creating vegetable, that company told that we are creating fruits, we are creating oil. Like this, each and every 100 big company basically told that we are creating that, we are creating this. That data basically doesn't suits to our data basically. And basically we have the current data of current blood cells information of that 5,200 people also, and we basically trying to change the data to our requirement. That is also basically not getting changed. So basically write this like this, basically we can't accept their resume, and 5,200 resume basically was rejected. Few basically were hard work people basically, their also resume basically was rejected. Like this, only 20 people got the house, got the family. Their basically family next generation also started. Human souls basically also created for special human souls basically created for that 20 people, and from 20 people basically one or two basically was selected for train also basically train energy also. Rest of people basically were selected for vegetables, oils. Like this basically they selected the people basically. Like this way they got the these nice flats. Like this basically they got their normal lifestyle basically. Like this basically doctors basically handle the city. Like this basically the doctors handles the city, and they have handled it basically. They have handled also basically. They have handled the track also basically, like this only basically. And they are handling also like easily, very easily way basically. With the help of that 110 and 220 planets basically, creation has already done with the help of the energies basically. So doctors basically, and the doctors means energy level doctors and physical doctors basically, physical doctors of the human basically, both basically. And the construction department basically, that is without their basically the stuff basically is impossible basically. And software industries doctors with soft, one person told that in software industry doctor basically is required, then he told that yes basically nowadays it's required. So he is a doctor basically of the software industry, because he is going to create the data basically for the vegetables. IIT group is there basically, they basically are into this. They basically into, for example, one person told that I want to create vegetable, you have the data, then they told that yes basically we have the data. One person told that basically we want to create apple, we have the data, then they told that we IITs and IIM group basically, they told that yes basically we have the data. Like this, one of the colleges told that basically you have the data of potato vegetable creation, they told that basically yes we have the data. Like this basically data basically, everything basically connects with the data basically, everything connects with the data. So doctors basically told that 20 people are selected, 5,200 people are not selected. So rest of people basically can leave the city basically, that is the Mumbai city basically, that is the Mumbai city basically. So they can leave the Mumbai city. Like this basically they have done the plan basically, like this basically they have done the plan. So in detail basically we are going to discuss little bit more about this plan basically of the doctors group of the Mumbai city, how they do the plan of the data which is getting created for the train moving purpose, that is the basically track. In next video we are going to see